I've never discussed troll builds on this channel, but honestly the trolling potential with Cougars is too good not to mention.
Talk to me.
Cougars lack access to the roar move, and as a result, they have one of the craziest battle cries in the game.
Okay.
Instead of actually being useful as an intimidating sonic AoE, it instead sounds almost exactly like a woman being brutally murdered.
What? You know, he said a crazy statement, but he wasn't wrong. We really need to see how strong these felines are. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be watching the cat tier list. I think this is just going to be ranking all the felines in the wild or some shit. Let's see what is the top tier feline, who is the biggest bad with 9 lives, and why are people going to try to say it's not a tiger, because tigers are crazy.
Right, so in my video on dinosaur builds, I casually referenced the fact that cheetahs are low tier, which ended with me getting a ton of comments from angry cheetah mains asking me to explain myself.
Off rip, cheetahs, I'm not trying to join the guy who is obviously the YouTuber man and more knowledgeable than most of us here in chat, but I'm not gonna lie. If I had to take a guesstimation, chat, y'all are just like hype beasts, bro. Cheetahs aren't the craziest thing. We can't beat a cheetah because they're that fast, but other felines, they're doing a cheetah the fuck dirty. Like, what the hell? Envision how a cheetah is taking down an adult jaguar to you. You know what I mean? How is a cheetah going to take down a jaguar? Like, I'm not even going to other animals. I'm going cat to cat.
But instead of just making a video on cheetahs, I figured I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone by also finally releasing the tier list for the cat dynasty.
Let's do it.
First, let's talk about the place cats as a whole are at in the meta.
Like A tier.
So I don't think it comes as a surprise to anyone that cats are exceptionally effective builds that have held a high tier spot in the meta for more than a while.
100%.
And though this isn't true of every cat build, of which there are more than 40, cats carved out their spot in the meta by being the best choice by far for anyone looking to play an assassin or rogue class. Their weapons and movement kit are carefully crafted.
Chat, in them nerdy games he's referencing, because some of y'all just over the head, no gun and ball, no talk. How many of y'all are like, you know, rogues? How many of y'all like the stealth builds in these like D&D, BG3 type of games? Me personally, give me either the ooga booga dumbest person in the game, give me the smartest person in the game, like a wizard or some shit, or let me have like a pact, like a paladin or a warlock or some shit. I don't know, man. If you know ball, you know ball. I know this is a cool kids channel, but really this is kind of like an everything channel. Subscribe to the channel! Seriously, I like this channel a lot. I genuinely have high hopes for this channel.
Like I said, there are more than 40 different builds possible, so I can't really fit them all into a single video. So instead, I'm going to go over the most popular ones, and hopefully the way I analyze them will help you make your own call if you're interested in one of the less popular builds.
So
anyways, I'm going to start from the bottom of the tier list and go
Let's
from there.
do that, yup.
Right at the bottom, we've got the cheetahs.
Damn, they're the worst, but this is what I'm saying. Before y'all cry and moan, think about what a cheetah is, and think about what I've been saying about why I think y'all have devalued humans, and we went through that arc already. I think we're pretty much at an agreement now for the first time in TSO history. Remember I was talking about like human stamina shit like that? Yeah, cheetahs, why would you think one of the fastest mammals on the planet have this like god tier stamina? You know what I mean? Like, it's not strong. I think we all know a cheetah isn't that strong. Relative to a human, duh, but y'all think a human can't beat a pencil. But like, relative to a jaguar, relative to a bear, relative to a whale, things like that, like no shit. So then it's like, okay, but how much does that speed overpower it? A lot of you guys sometimes take speed and you think combat speed. No, I mean, it don't get me wrong. These things probably can pounce quick as shit, but they're really just like you good at running. A cheetah, in terms of fighting another like gorilla or some stuff, is literally the weaker, more frail. The only thing is gorillas burn out quickly in this situation, but it loses almost every trait but speed, if you understand what I'm saying. So I'm not surprised it's F tier. I mean, no, I'm not surprised it's low tier. I am surprised it's F tier. So I want to hear how bad it truly could be.
Have the highest movement speed of any land build, which is definitely an impressive title to hold. When it comes to scoring kills on builds with high mobility like gazelles, antelope, and ostriches, there are a few better at it than the cheetah. But while this works against those particular targets in that particular situation, it serves no purpose when it comes to actually defending the kill. And as a result, a high percentage of the kills a cheetah gets end up getting stolen by lions and hyenas.
Oh, hold on, GG's. I ain't gonna lie. No. Insta DQ. Hyenas. Now, chat. I know. What you talking about hyenas? You're underrating hyenas. No. That's if you think we could be the hyena, okay? That's if you think we could be a hyena. I don't care if you don't think we can't even beat your 2-foot dog. One of the other mammals not being a hyena is crazy. Now that's crazy. That's sorry. I'm not gonna lie. Just straight up, that's sorry. Straight up, and if you can't claim that to be sorry, you might still be 7 years old or a Sonic fan. A hyena, a solo hyena should not be dubbing you. Hell no. Yeah, that's just sorry. And if that's objectively true, that's objectively true, but that's just sorry. Especially because you fast, you ain't gonna get this shit back. Why? Because you know you're not ready for that smoke, nigga.
Reap the benefits of their high mobility. The cheetah's inability to defend itself makes the early game extremely difficult for new cheetah players too. High-level players can't prevent stronger builds from griefing the new cheetah players, and as a result, very few cheetahs even reach the late game where they can abuse their high mobility stat. Long story short, F tier because they get bodied way too hard by competing builds. In D tier, we've got the Lynx. I don't have too much to say about them.
I forgot about Lynx.
They've got low-medium stats across the board with the exception of stealth. And they do possess one relatively useful ability.
Okay.
The ability to move silently through snow.
That's big.
They're best at taking out small prey using stealth. But in my opinion, there are better choices for this type of playstyle, such as the owl or the viper. While they don't get griefed nearly as badly as cheetahs, they do have to watch out for cougars, wolves, and coyotes.
Okay.
One level higher and we reach the cougar. While its stealth is actually a bit lower than the lynx's, all other stats
Chat, don't y'all make the jokes that are right there. You fucking freaks.
are a good bit higher, especially strength.
No, I have
However,
to think
it's not
the worst
quite
with
strong
this
enough
community.
to overpower midweights
do.
like deer and elk without putting itself at risk for taking damage too. While it can climb pretty well, it's most comfortable duking it out on the ground. I've never discussed troll builds on this channel, but honestly the trolling potential with cougars is too good not to mention.
Talk to me.
Cougars lack access to the roar move, but that doesn't stop them from trying. And as a result, they have one of the craziest battle cries in the game.
Okay.
Instead of actually being useful as an intimidating sonic AoE, it instead sounds almost exactly like a woman being brutally murdered, which is one of the few ways to seriously mess with human players that invade their territory.
What? You know, he said a crazy statement, but he wasn't wrong. It actually does sound like that. What the fuck? He wasn't wrong. It actually does sound like that. That's wild. That's a crazy analogy, but it's so accurate. It really does sound like someone just getting fucked up right now. I'm gonna turn it up. Yeah, that's crazy.
There are two major styles players opt for when going for a cat build, the feline style and the panther style. All of the builds so far have been in the feline style, which generally has higher mobility but lower strength. Panther style cats, on the other hand, are stronger, bulkier,
Ooh, how
and
hard Panther's gonna be?
Also have access to the panther signature move, Roar. So we're finally going to switch gears over to the panther builds as we continue up the tier list.
Okay, let's do it.
The Leopard build is the next rung up on the tier list, being Africa's premier solo rogue class.
All right, that's fine.
Of the Panther style builds, this is the smallest.
All right, now I'm going to pay attention to the stats. It seemed like the rest of the builds aren't as sorry. So Panthers, or Leopards, I'm sorry. So they're not necessarily the brightest that we've seen thus far. They are stronger than everything we've seen thus far, though. Got it.
The Leopard players' maximum mobility while climbing, used to the fullest. While it is definitely stronger than the cheetah, it is still no match for gank squads like lions and hyenas. But unlike the cheetah, leopards actually have a way to avoid getting their kills stolen. Leopards can climb much better than any of their competitors, and they do have high enough strength to carry their kill up the tree.
Yo, this just lifting it, bit its ass, and what the fuck? Then bit the right cheek and carried up the whole body.
This allows them to gain all of the XP they deserve. All these traits together are in the leopard high B tier. Now we're at A tier, and this is where the tier list gets a little muddy, since we've only got 2 tiers left to place quite a few more builds.
Let's do it. Oh my god!
Even though
so there's a ton of A tiers and S tiers, but like the low tiers are low tiers. Damn, so leopards are like not sorry, but relative to the top tier cats, they are, because he's about to have like multiple in A and S. Shit.
place leopards in B tier, the snow leopard players, with their extra stealth bonus, have a strong argument for A tier. Anyways,
Okay.
at the bottom of A tier, we have the largest of the cats, the tiger. Not many unique
I
abilities.
thought tigers are S.
Hi, I'm Empress Mirai, and did you know that Sage hasn't had a hug since 2nd grade? And you're watching tierzoo Sage.
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain this to me. Tiger's big as shit.
But generally just very high stats.
Yeah, this is what I know. I know a little bit of ball. Essentially, why I was like, yeah, tigers are S tier, or how number one is a tiger, because I know the tiger's probably the strongest, and you're not taking that motherfucker down. So I gotta hear what's better than the fucking tiger.
While tigers do have decent stealth, they rely more on their sheer power for winning fights.
Right.
This allows them to take out tough and
Like you're
dangerous
just not
players
beating
like
a tiger.
Jaguar. One top tier ability they do have is their incredibly powerful jump, making them deceptively mobile while appearing to have only average speed.
Right.
Overall, if the tier list was simply about who would win in a one-on-one fight, tigers would be S tier, no doubt.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Cool. Okay. We good. All right. There's no beef with me. Because I'm about to say, what the fuck? A tiger is like dead ass the biggest and strongest motherfucker with decent speed. What other cat is being a tiger? That's all he needed. No, dead ass. Right. LOL, you said it when I said it. But yeah, that's really all I needed.
Unfortunately, that isn't the case, because even though they'd lose in a one-on-one fight with a tiger, lions are undoubtedly more viable overall.
I can see it.
If you watch my videos a lot, you know I see coordinated attacks as one of the most overpowered strats in the whole game.
100%.
And lions are basically the poster child for coordinated attacks. So far, most of the other cats we've talked about all generally target players playing squishy targets, but lion players are some of the only ones bold enough to deliberately attack a tank. Their highly organized parties they form allow them to control entire sections of the map, and their defined roles prevent leeching and also protect newer players from gankers.
Right.
All in all, great build, easily A+ tier.
Yeah,
And
okay.
finally, we've reached the top tier, the build that embodies everything excellent about the cat dynasty,
So this got to be where Jags is then.
the Jaguar.
Yeah, here we go.
Jaguars are the absolute best build in the entire game when it comes to one-shotting players with a critical hit. They have
Yeah, Jags got the strongest bite in the game, ain't it? I'm pretty sure like a tiger would beat it because a tiger's like a bit tankier than a jaguar, so it'd just be like, you bite hard, I bite hard too, except my bite's probably gonna kill you and yours might not kill me off rip, but like Jags bite hard and strong as fuck.
most damaging bite of any of the cats, enough to pierce armor.
Jags bite strong
And
as
their incredible
fuck,
accuracy
Chad.
lets them nail their target right in the weak point, the back of the head. They may not have the raw stats that the lion and tiger do,
Yeah.
but they more than make up for it with their special abilities. The most important is their incredible eyes, which negate all stealth bonuses.
Yeah.
Most cats have great vision and can even see in darkness.
Yeah, this is fine.
But the
If you're
jaguar,
gonna tell me in a 1v1 a jaguar would lose to a tiger, but in like life and maybe in an open domain, a jaguar would potentially even catch said tiger lacking, let alone just be like more viable in more situations. Yeah, I agree with that. I hate to just be a nigga that's reading the screen, but I mean, think about how jaguars attack. These motherfuckers do just be lurking. They're like one of those memes where the fucking screen's dark and you just see some eyes. It's probably a fucking jaguar there. The bite, I just got done talking about it, and then they're not necessarily slow either. They're not too big to where it's obvious they're there. Yeah, Jags are fucking crazy.
can even see a target obscured by camouflage or hiding in murky water.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
The second, less obvious perk is that jaguars are the most versatile cat build available.
Yeah.
They're great sprinters and pristine climbers, but they're also just as much at home hunting in the water as they are in a tree.
Oh,
No other build
true.
can boast dominance in the arboreal, terrestrial, and aquatic map zones. They really do dominate. Lions act like they own the place, but they do face plenty of competition. But jaguars, they do own the place. They could carry their food up a tree if they wanted to, but there's no need. So yeah, a build that can one-shot anything on its server and dominates 3 of the 4 main play zones. That's your S tier. So there you have it.
I'm not
the
mad at
tier
that.
list of the cats. Thanks for watching. Oh, did I forget something?
What?
Yeah, you buggers are getting your own video.
House cats. Why are house cats getting their own fucking video?